Tonight's matchup features FC Tulsa and your San Antonio FC. Defender number 2, Owen Dam. Midfielder number 26, Giordano Colley. Midfielder number 5, Marcus Serrato. Midfielder number 6, Boubacar Diallo.
Number 9 in this league. He's a
Welcome to steamy San Antonio, Texas. We are about a third of the way through the USL Championship season, and tonight San Antonio FC looks to get back on track at home against the stingy FC Tulsa. Juan Agudelo not in the starting 11 against Charleston last time out. He's back in there tonight looking for his first goal in USL Championship play this season. Lamar Batista for FC Tulsa. He is the anchor of that back line. Top 5 in clearances. Last week got onto the score sheet for the first time in 2025. USL on CBS Sports, presented by Best Western. We welcome you to San Antonio at Toyota Field tonight. It's San Antonio FC and FC Tulsa in a battle in the Western Conference in the first of our CBS Sports Network doubleheader tonight. You mentioned the Western Conference. There they are, FC Tulsa in third, a game in hand with San Antonio. They are level in points with 16. Both teams trying to track down first place New Mexico and El Paso. We welcome you inside the broadcast booth alongside former MLS midfielder Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Josh Appel. And Ricky, as we just saw, both these teams in the top four in the West, but right now they're trending in opposite directions.
We'll start with the visitors in FC Tulsa and Luke Spencer. They've done a really good job at creating an identity and sticking to it. They want to be transitional on the ball, but off the ball they have all 11 players behind and make it very difficult to be broken through. As for the San Antonio side and Carlos Hermosa, they've been plagued with injury, so we've seen squad rotation, and Carlos Hermosa is just looking for consistency in their lineup, but also consistency in their performances, and as of that, they struggled as of late.
You want to talk consistency? They've been consistently inconsistent this year. A 4-0-0 start to begin the season. They've scored more goals in those first 4 matchups than they have in their last 8 across all competitions. They've also given up 14 for a -7 goal differential. It has been tough sledding for Carlos Hermosa's side, but when you want to talk about getting on the right track, the one guy they've been able to rely on this year, Jorge Hernandez.
Jorge Hernandez is going to be the key to everything going forward for San Antonio because he can play in between the lines to combine with his teammates, but he's also shown he's a clinical finisher when he gets into that final third. Getting Jorge Hernandez in a rhythm will be crucial for San Antonio and their success.
Crucial for San Antonio, but difficult as well because they'll be matched up tonight against an FC Tulsa side that has given up the second fewest goals in the league.
FC Tulsa has done a good job as defending as a collective. They're very good in their box defending, and they've shown that they have a willingness to win their individual duels, especially in their defensive half. Expect FC Tulsa to rely on their defensive prowess here on the road in a hostile environment.
Let's talk about the attacking third now for FC Tulsa. Taylor Calhera, first year in USL Championship, and he has been fantastic.
Taylor Calhera is quickly becoming a complete number 9 in this league. He's a big physical number 9, but has very soft feet that he can bring his teammates into this game, and he's shown that he has a very good feel of being at the right place at the right time. He needs to be the best player in the field if FC Tulsa wants to steal points.
Calhera, one of just 12 in USL Championship this season to have scored across all competitions this year. FC Tulsa have taken the last 3 in this series over San Antonio FC. We will have lineups. We will have kick. Coming up next, it's the USL on CBS Sports.
And tonight's Goodwill honorary co-captain is Rigoberto Garza.
You're watching the USL on CBS Sports, presented by Best Western, as we welcome you back into Toyota Field in San Antonio. Josh Appel, Ricky Lopez-Espin. Let's take a look at our starting 11s for both sides, starting with San Antonio and head coach Carlos Hermosa.
3-4-3 for San Antonio and Carlos Hermosa, but it's always going to come down to Soto and Medranda. That balance needs to be on point. Soto will be a little bit deeper, allowing Medranda to push higher. If they can get on the ball early and often, expect Jorge Hernandez to come into play, which will just give supply and service into Juan Agudelo and Luke Hawkinson. As for FC Tulsa and Luke Spencer, you look at this back 3. Batista, Sissoko, and Owen Dom. How compact can they be at keeping everything in front of them? If they do that, this team is going to get confidence for Serrato and Collie to dictate tempo. Calhera will be the one that stays as high as he possibly can, and don't be surprised if we see Lukic play underneath to go and search the game.
So we are just about ready to go here from Toyota Field. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. As you saw in those starting 11 graphics, Mitch Taintor is back for San Antonio tonight, served a red card suspension in San Antonio's loss at Charleston back on the 17th. As we get underway, USL right here on CBS Sports. Sledding the last 8 across all comps for San Antonio. They got drubbed by Charleston. Top team in USL Championship to this point. 4-0 back on the 17th. Carlos Llamosa told us this week that 12, 13-day layoff came at a great time, bit of a mental reset for them heading into tonight's action. Carlos Llamosa was very unhappy with how things went against Charleston, said it was the worst game they've played all season, including the preseason. He said with the ball, they were all over the place. And when the ball got turned over, they were out of position, gave too much room to Charleston, and a team like that, they made him pay.
So the structure here for San Antonio will be utmost importance for Carlos Llamosa. On the ball, he wants them to be very expansive and to get in a rhythm quickly, but off the ball, they need to keep their lines very compact because that's not what happened at Charleston, and they got punished.
They're winless in the month of May. 2-1. Just 1-4-1 in league play since the start of last month. Referee tonight, Katia Coroleva. Assistant referees Matthew Rodden, Ricardo Ocampo, and our fourth official is Sean Cowett. Sanchez, who has had a bit of a mare the last 2 times out. Go back to the Oakland game. Crucial mistake in the final minutes on a giveaway resulting in the go-ahead goal and the winner for Oakland. And last week, although he did make a season-high 7 saves, did concede 4. 1 was an own goal. Try and go long over the top down that right side, but out of the reach of everybody, and it rolls to Johan Peñaranda.
3 minutes in, you see FC Tulsa electing to press a little bit higher and trying to cause some issues and force turnovers higher up the field, something we haven't come accustomed to under Luke Spencer. So if you are one of the 2 center backs for San Antonio, you need to be very clean at bypassing that initial line of pressure, because if you do, the game will start to open up.
How big of an addition, Ricky, is it for San Antonio to get Mitch Taintor back? I mean, the numbers speak for themselves, but psychologically, first off, here's a tee up from distance. The save made by Sanchez. Tracked down by Tulsa. It's Serrato trying to lead Calhera forward. Cleared out. San Antonio can build out from the back one more time.
It's a perfect example of what happens when you're not clean when playing out of the back. Sanchez just tries to do too much. Good strike from Diallo in the end, an easy save. Warning signs for San Antonio, how aggressive this Tulsa side can be.
Tulsa with a bit of a 2-on-1 here, but Taintor steps up and thwarts that ball. Cleared away, out for a FC Tulsa throw. Shaky moments.
Just the aggressive nature for FC Tulsa. Bad giveaway here from Sanchez, and I love the aggressive nature here from Diallo. Head up the whole way. He hits it well, straight at the goalkeeper.
Hernandez. To the outside now, Paredes. It's on the brakes with Batista watching him. FC Tulsa now. The whistle blows. There's an injured player down for San Antonio. It looks like Hernandez, given all the injury issues they've had to deal with, this is the last thing that man right there, Carlos Llamosa, wanted to see.
Has to be frustrating for Carlos Llamosa as Jorge Hernandez goes down early in this game. Good signs that he's back on his own power. Such a special player, not only for San Antonio, but in USL Championship as a whole. 5 goals, 1 assist on the season already. Good sign for the home side.
I think all things considered for San Antonio, as this one is serviced in. Taintor, his presence felt again. Intercepts and gets rid of it. But even through this tough stretch, the good start for San Antonio FC, they're still sitting tied for 3rd in the Western Conference table. So despite the fact that it's been what Carlos Llamosa describes as a bit of a roller coaster, still easily able to salvage this. And maybe this is just a valley over the course of a long season for San Antonio.
You can just look at the space in between lines for FC Tulsa now. So if you are Carlos Llamosa, you need Jorge Hernandez or Luke Hackinson to drop in between lines, because there's a massive gap right by Katarina Kolareva, our center referee. Nice ball here.
Really good ball to the edge of the area, but defended well by San Antonio. They've been on their heels in the first 6 minutes. Collision, play rolls on. They could not connect on that pass, which for FC Tulsa this year, that has been an area they've struggled in. Bottom of the league in pass accuracy, but this man, Luke Spencer, first season as the Tulsa head coach. Spent last year as an assistant with FC Tulsa, and he is pushing all the right buttons this season.
Has his pulse on the locker room, Luke Spencer getting the best out of every single individual for FC Tulsa. And as a result, the collective has been that much better, especially on the road. 3 wins, 1 loss in 2025. Done a nice job early in this season.
Long ball in the direction of Agudelo and Paredes. Well played by FC Tulsa, and they take over possession. It's kind of a flipped script for FC Tulsa from their start and their 2-0 win against Lexington. Lexington was able to dominate possession for the first 15 minutes or so. Weren't able to muster up anything on goal. Trying to go one touch ahead, could not. Now floated into the area one more time, but just out of the reach of Alex DeLu, and out for a goal kick. Show off your team pride and style with official merch from shopusl.com. Check out brand new tees, hoodies, novelty items, and more of your favorite USL team at shopusl.com by scanning the QR code now. Collision there near midfield as Agudelo went down. The foul is given on Serrato, who's making his first start tonight. Ricky, how can San Antonio FC get one Agudelo going?
Just balls like that. You need to play into his feet, get his confidence higher, because we're talking about a player that represented the U.S. men's national team at one point in his career. He has the talent, but now just service needs to get into him. And when he does get on the ball, expect the players underneath him to join him.
He did not play in their last match against Charleston. Did score in the Jägermeister Cup, but that is his only goal contribution for San Antonio across all competitions this season. Serrato with a physical start to his first appearance in the starting 11 this year.
Serrato has a responsibility to cover a lot of ground as that double pivot for Luke Spencer. As this ball goes wide, notice it's the outside back, Lucas Stauffer, about 20 yards away. So as he comes over, really soft. As Luke Hawkinson goes down, makes the most of it. But good start for FC Tulsa in terms of their aggression early on.
Serrato was brought in just 1 day before the regular season began, so it's not surprising that Luke Spencer has kind of eased him into the rotation for FC Tulsa. Throw in for San Antonio. Trying to put something together in the attacking third for the first time tonight, 10 minutes in.
Just very slow for San Antonio to start this game in terms of the ball movement, the circulation, the intensity. It's been all one-way traffic for the visiting side, and that is something that if you are Carlos Llamosa, you're not going to be pleased about.
They're still shorthanded due to injury. Pacheco, they lost Alex Grieve in training this week. Gomez, Osorio, Sawahi, they're all working their way back. Only 18 available tonight as Tulsa tries to move forward. Now San Antonio. Hernandez. Long over the top. Hawkinson trying to get there before it rolls over the end line. He does keep it in. With plenty of time for FC Tulsa to get the clear. Hernandez leads the league in chances created. Madronda for the returning Mitch Tainter. Served a red card suspension against Charleston. We started to talk about it a few moments ago, but this San Antonio side in league play and in the Jägermeister Cup action this year, in 8 games with Tainter in the starting 11, 6 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. He is a difference maker for them. Sent across goal, goes all the way out on the ball from Stauffer. Pop right back towards goal again. Madronda got a piece of it. Stauffer on it one more time for Tulsa. Flores Blanco watching him towards the back post. Last touch by San Antonio. And it's the first corner kick of the match to FC Tulsa.
FC Tulsa's showing that they're going to have a lot of success if they start on one side of the field and end on the other, allowing their outside backs to go 1v1. Well done here from Lucas Stauffer just to go to the byline and just put this thing into the mixer. Cause a little bit of chaos, and Reese Buckmaster doing just enough to deny that secondary run from Tulsa.
Reese Buckmaster, one of the guys that's missed time with injury as well. Dealt with an upper body injury and returned last game against Charleston. Giordano Colli will deliver in. The in-swinger. Unable to make any kind of play on it. That's out for a goal kick for Richard Sanchez. He's now started all 11 matches this season for San Antonio.
Just no need. You see the frustration here from Mitch Tainter. Sanchez needs to be more aware of just the pressure oncoming and just clear your lines. It's a hospital ball into Mitch Tainter here. With the amount of numbers that FC Tulsa is committing forward, you need to bypass it and play higher up the field.
Sanchez got off to such a great start to the season. For him, it's fallen apart a little bit over his last 2. Been a bit careless with the ball. And another chance at a corner for FC Tulsa. It's Colli. Curls it in. Oh, that was a dangerous ball. Who got last touch? And the decision is that it was last off FC Tulsa for a goal kick.
Really good ball in from Colli with enough pace and power to bypass that first line of pressure. Tizoko just needs to help it on, mistimes his jump. But again, FC Tulsa doing a really good job at just keeping this game in their final third. That's a golden opportunity for a center back of Tizoko's quality.
Tulsa unbeaten their last 2. A draw against El Paso, the win against Lexington. There's more USL action tonight as the Las Vegas Lights take on Phoenix Rising. Catch kickoff at 10:30 Eastern right here on CBS Sports Network. Ball comes in towards goal. Sails all the way through. Ricky, it's a great start away from home for FC Tulsa. They've been excellent. This is their 5th road match, 3-1-0 on the road this year.
Just comes down to character for Luke Spencer and knowing who they want to be when they are away from the state of Oklahoma. Again, 16 minutes in, this game has been played 20 yards away from their attacking goal.
Tulsa gave up just 2 shots the entire match against Lexington. None made it on target.
Great touch here.
Tainer tried to thwart it. Now comes to the outside. Good recovery by Madronda. He takes it away. Paredes in a race along that touchline. He's held up for a moment, tried to get it back. And now Batista able to clear for FC Tulsa.
Again, just too slow for San Antonio. Getting beaten to every 50-50 duel. Starts with Soto not able to peek over his shoulder and just see the oncoming pressure. Serrano does a good job at just picking his pocket. If you're a center midfielder, if you approach this ball, you have to be aware where the pressure's coming. Not once does Soto peek over his shoulder. First it's Serrano, then Delu doing a good job at doubling down and winning the ball back for FC Tulsa.
Soto's a veteran. First season, though, in USL Championship with San Antonio. Long free kick for FC Tulsa. Colley stands over it. Goes short. Trying to unleash it, blocked twice, well defended by San Antonio, but they again have been on their heels for the first 17 minutes of this match.
Straight off the training ground here for FC Tulsa, electing to play on the ground, especially with how dominant in the air this San Antonio back line is.
Throw in here for FC Tulsa. Owen Dom. Second season here. Spent time with Lou City and Northern Colorado of USL League One. Hernandez. As that one deflect out. Just San Antonio a bit lethargic here at home to start.
The energy has been really low for this San Antonio side. We have not seen enough from Juan Agudelo, Luke Hawkinson, Jorge Hernandez, and that backline having a very difficult time dealing with the pressure for FC Tulsa.
Kept alive on the outside, trying to cross one in. It's deflected out for a throw. San Antonio, this is their 7th home match in league play. They've got 3 losses already. They didn't lose their first home game last year until early June. They started 3-0-4 in their first 7 at home in 2024. Owen Dom setting up for the long throw. It comes in. And flicked out of there by San Antonio. It was mishit and out for a throw in to San Antonio FC. So here in San Antonio, this is one of 3 matches in USL Championship going on tonight. Of course, we've got game 2 of our doubleheader at 10:30 featuring Las Vegas and Phoenix. But how about Indy 11 and Hartford? You want goals? And now we're in. Hartford with a 4-3 lead over Indy 11.
Brendan Burke needs to be very pleased with the amount of goals that they're scoring. We've seen Edwards have a brace, Scarlett, and Momo Jang. As for Indy 11, Malik Foster, Jack Blake, and Ben Ofemu on the score sheet. What a game that is.
San Antonio trying to build up now. Hernandez sends one in towards goal over the head of Agudelo. First real dangerous ball played in tonight by San Antonio, and it is out for a goal kick.
Just not enough numbers for San Antonio going forward. Here Hernandez puts it on his preferred left foot, and there's only 2 players in the attacking third for San Antonio, Luke Hawkinson and Juan Agudelo, and then Flores Blanco comes in a bit late. But if you want to be a team that continues to progress in this Western Conference, you need to get more numbers higher up the field.
These two teams, 3rd and 4th in the Western Conference. They were 9th and 10th in the West at the end of last year. It snapped the playoff streak for San Antonio. They made it to the postseason every year from 20 to 23. They won the league title in 2022. FC Tulsa, one of their best starts in club history this year. Luke Spencer, 2-time USL Cup champion with Lou City. He's a former USL Final MVP. Knows what winning is like. He's got a lot of talent here with FC Tulsa, and they are poised to get into the postseason in 2025. Agudelo.
Great ball.
Paredes chasing it down on the outside. Paredes puts on the brakes. His cross was deflected, and now Batista can get rid of it, but not past Hernandez. Good recovery, though. Owen Dom, and then gets fouled from behind. That was an excellent ball to get that started, Ricky.
It's the first time that we've seen San Antonio play into Juan Agudelo and then have very direct movement off of the number 9. Paredes has been very vertical, left side of your screen. Talk about techers from Juan Agudelo. But if you're FC Tulsa and Luke Spencer, you have to be pleased with just look at the numbers getting back. First it's Lamar Batista, then it's Owen Dom, and then it's Diallo. 3 players for the visiting side, denying a transitional moment. Fantastic stuff from Tulsa.
Agudelo showing off some of that quality. Throw in here for San Antonio.
When you have a striker like Juan Agudelo, it's just a luxury to have. Yes, you can score goals. Yes, you can set up teammates higher up the field, but he has the ability just to release some of this pressure. He's very good with his back of goal and has very soft feet in terms of his stand-up play. So playing into your number 9 and movement off of him will be crucial for San Antonio.
To the outside. Cronali did a nice job shielding that away. Still alive, though, for Tulsa. Tainer tried to clear, and they do get a handball. Fortunate break for San Antonio.
Great work from Delu on your left side of your screen. First touch gets away with him, but does a good job at just fending off Reese Buckmaster. And when he picks up his head, trying to go into this trailing run, Soto does a good job at doubling down and denying the cutback.
Couldn't slide that through. Excellent clearance by Tulsa. Sanchez will pick that up.
Great turn.
Yep, Tulsa able to take away. Played forward by Diallo. Edge of the area, now bringing it in. The cross, behind goal, and out for a goal kick.
It's a good little pick out here from Colley to play Delu at the wide parts of the field for FC Tulsa, and that's exactly where you want your winger operating in 1v1. Just needs a little bit more quality to pick up his head and give his teammate the chance, because you have 3 good runs for Luke Spencer and Tulsa.
Tainer, the captain, slipped for a moment.
Again, just no options to play through for San Antonio. You need more out of Madronda and Soto. One needs to stay at home, and the other one needs to find this pocket of space right here where Agudelo's on the ball.
Soto trying to lead Blanco, but he's unable to get there for an FC Tulsa throw. Madronda Turns back. Now Paredes.
Nice pocket of space.
Comes to Flores Blanco. Cuts to his right. Flores Blanco. Not certain who that was for. Goal kick coming for Peñaranda.
Fantastic little pocket here from Luke Hawkinson. Left side of your screen, this ball needs to be played into Jorge Hernandez because he makes a good initial run. And as Flores Blanco comes centrally, just leaning back to his least preferred right foot and gets his strike all wrong. We start to see San Antonio figure out the areas that they can really operate in between the lines of FC Tulsa.
DeLu turned it back for nobody, and Soto able to take it over. And then DeLu commits the foul.
Just a bit sloppy here from DeLu, not to peek over his shoulder. Tries to recover for his mistake. Soto goes down very cleverly and wins the foul.
Laid down for Hernandez. All alone, it's Flores Blanco. Across. Cleared away by Tulsa, well defended. Flores Blanco again. Soto delivers in. Batista gets rid of it. And Hernandez draws the foul. Went down. And a free kick coming for San Antonio.
When Jorge Hernandez gets on the ball, you need movement. Look at the left side of your screen. Luke Hawkinson comes centrally, so that allows Flores Blanco to have acres of space. He needs to do a better job at bypassing Serrato here because you have two real options to play in between. And as Soto recovers so much attention and so much ground centrally, goes down. Again, really soft. Serrato makes contact on the ball.
So Hernandez will set up for this free kick, the 2023 Golden Playmaker in USL Championship. One of the best in the league.
Top side of your screen, Mitch Tainer all by himself. Expect a late run.
Madronda, Soto. Now Hernandez. Now he delivers towards goal. Madronda. Carnali was making a run and he just couldn't settle it down. He was onside.
Initially, the set piece is wasted, especially with how dominant in the air you have your back line. Mitch Tainer, Alex Carnali try to change the angle to allow some space at this back post. Nice little clip ball from Madronda. Vir Carnali, go with your head. No need to try to stretch out and do the acrobatics. If you continue your run, better chance at making contact.
6'4", nearly, Carnali. It's also a difficult team to break down. They've allowed just one shot on target in their last 2 matches. Madronda too heavy on that touch. Ball won by Tulsa. Here they come. DeLu. Tainer steps in front of that. Hit the referee. And so the whistle blows.
Great read here from Mitch Tainer. Let me go back to the defensive efforts of Diallo here. The amount of ground he covers. Fantastic timing from the center midfielder, and I'd love, again, to increase the tempo to play forward and try to catch out San Antonio.
Nearly taken away on that touchline, and it is. Battle for it. Won by San Antonio. Jorge Hernandez moving in transition. A lot of green space for Flores Blanco. Puts it across, and the header is out for a goal kick. FC Tulsa irate. They wanted a foul on San Antonio.
We've talked about it for San Antonio. If they have the ability to bypass that whole line of pressure, notice the amount of space in between. Flores Blanco, bottom of your screen, does a nice job at just continuing his run, but you have to pick out a black jersey. Too much traffic right in front of Juan Agudelo. He just mistimes his jump and meets the ball when he's falling down. Really difficult to generate enough power.
It's the second or third occasion tonight where a ball has been delivered in by San Antonio and the player in the box just has mistimed the jump.
You need to be a bit more ruthless and have that killer mentality that Carlos Hermosa continues to talk about for his side, because they're starting to grow into this game, San Antonio is.
Calhera to the outside, towards goal, settles down, Dalu around the keeper Sanchez, but the flag is up for offside.
San Antonio get away with one here. If Dalu is a bit more patient at just holding off of his run, it's a golden opportunity, because just notice how many black jerseys around this ball. Far too narrow, leaving so much space at the back post. That angle, it seemed really tight, that Dalu's offside. A little bit of a glimpse of the vision that Calhera has.
Race for it, won by FC Tulsa. And then again, second time the referee's a magnet for the ball right now.
It's about the fourth time, Josh, that she's been kind of in the way of some passes. 2 set pieces for either side. Mitch Tainer a moment ago. And now here, Owen Dom trying to change the field.
Katarina Koroleva. Unfortunate timing, positioning for her the last couple of minutes. Flicked on, Sanchez was kind of caught in between. They survived that, and a goal kick coming. It's a good test tonight for FC Tulsa. They've had some strong wins this year, but this would be a nice statement win for them away from home. Tough place to play midweek. From distance, unleashed high and over the walkway for a goal kick. Owen Dom with an ambitious attempt.
Good read from Owen Dom initially, but as he approaches to strike this ball, his shoulders go back, and that's why he goes up and over the crossbar.
Dom was fouled there.
Mar Batista giving Koroleva an earful, saying it should be a yellow card. I agree with him. Paredes has no play on the ball, looks at Owen Dom the whole way and just takes him out. You should be seeing yellow here.
Card stays in the pocket of Katarina Koroleva. As Paredes, who just made that contact, is now down for San Antonio. Side winless in May. Just 1-4-1 in league play since the start of April. Going to change their fortunes tonight, as Paredes is up. It's a good sight for San Antonio, already shorthanded. Fifth minute, still no score. No shots on target for either side. Not all that surprising though if you're FC Tulsa. That's the name of their game. Giving up just 7 goals this season. They've allowed below 1 expected goal in 6 of their 9 matches in 2025. Now his last touched by Tulsa. Welcome back to Toyota Field. Josh Appel, Ricky Lopez Espin, first of our doubleheader here on CBS Sports Network. Las Vegas and Phoenix coming up at 10:30. 3 games tonight across USL Championship. San Antonio trying to get back on track. FC Tulsa trying to make it 4 in a row that they've won against San Antonio. Tainer making his return to the lineup tonight after serving a red card suspension against Charleston.
Took a little bit, now we're starting to see San Antonio getting in a rhythm, understanding the spaces that they can really penetrate FC Tulsa. But what Carlos Mimosa cannot have happen is just to give the ball over cheaply. The spacing between Soto and Madronda has been a lot better. Soto's dropped in and playing almost as a third center back, allowing Madronda to be in the pocket presence. So passes like this are just on to break through lines for San Antonio.
Flores Blanco. Collision there in the middle. Play rolls on. Hernandez. Tulsa take it away. Play rolls on without a whistle despite the injury, and now it's played over the end line, or the touch line, I should say.
I didn't see what happened.
Go stop and check.
That seemed like Lamar Batista and Juan Agudelo come together. Top left of your screen, Agudelo tries to make a run across the back line, and Batista actually steps into him and falls awkwardly for the FC Tulsa defender.
Batista, a former San Antonio FC. He's played every minute this season. And a great fit for Luke Spencer in Tulsa. Good to see Lamar Batista sitting up, getting that left leg worked on. Luke Spencer this week talking to us about Batista, and he said, look, it's our first head coaching role, and it's important that we brought in guys who wanted to play for Tulsa. Lamar is a guy from the state of Oklahoma, has passion for being in Tulsa, wants to perform here. And so far, they've gotten so much out of him. Scored his first goal last week since 2023 when he was with San Antonio.
Lamar Batista gives this FC Tulsa side leadership on and off the ball. On the ball, very comfortable to break lines, can ping a ball over 50, 60 yards on a dime, but off the ball, the ability to organize the players in front of him. He's had quite a career in USL Championship. At every stop, he has found success.
You got to wonder if maybe this is a place where he will remain, considering the fact that he has bounced around from team to team each season since 2017-2018 when he was with Timbers 2. Last year was with North Carolina FC. It seems like he's found a home back home here with FC Tulsa. He and Agudelo shake hands as Batista returns to the pitch.
Just notice when FC Tulsa are in possession, Batista and Sissoko, they're going to play very wide. So that allows Owen Dom and Lucas Stauffer to be very aggressive and stay as high and as wide as they possibly can to try to open up gaps so you can get Lukic and Delu, Colley, and Serrano on the ball in those central locations.
Soto for Madronda. Jorge Hernandez, relatively quiet in this first half.
Great ball from Mitch Tainer.
Soto, not a great ball from him. He turns it over. Diallo then goes down, and the yellow will come out. Soto is the first booking of the night for either side.
Frustration foul here from Soto. Loses the ball very cheaply, and as he tries to recover it, it's a clever touch from Diallo over the foot. And just notice the left leg here of Soto, all the player deserving of a yellow card.
This is a San Antonio side that is top 5 in the league in most yellows. Jorge Hernandez, in fact, leads the entire league in yellows this season. Owen Dom to throw in, the 21-year-old from Kentucky. It's a good one. Wide for Lucas Stauffer, and just out of his reach, and out for a San Antonio throw.
That should not be Lukic dropping in between the lines. That needs to be Serrano as he's playing at the double pivot. Just the spacing between Cali and Serrano haven't been the same for FC Tulsa. Both players operating the same sort of space, not allowing Lucas Stauffer to get some aggressive nature on this near side.
Off the throw, we get a foul. That goes against San Antonio. Again, don't forget there's more USL action tonight as the Las Vegas Lights take on Phoenix Rising. You can catch kickoff at 10:30 Eastern right here on CBS Sports Network. Josh Eastern, Marion Crowder will bring that one to you when we are finished here in San Antonio. Agudelo got away with a jersey pull. Sissoko sends it long and unable to catch up to it. There'll be possession coming for San Antonio as the half winds down. Kind of what we expected though, Ricky. Low event. This is a very good defensive side in FC Tulsa, and it's a short-handed San Antonio side still trying to regain their footing a bit.
Both of these managers are going to want their star players to step up and just take some responsibility. For FC Tulsa, Taylor Calhera, only 13 touches through the 43 minutes that we've played here. Not good enough. You need to get him more influential. Your first look needs to be forward into his feet and allow the players around him to be more mobile.
Is that something that San Antonio is doing and marking him, or is that just FC Tulsa just unable to get him the ball?
It's just been sloppy from FC Tulsa, especially Cali and Serrano over the last 10 minutes. Both double pivots are just operating in the same sort of space. If you can have a bit of a staggered positioning, now that allows passing lanes to start to open, and then you can play into your big target.
Agudelo nearly sprung free, flicked high into the air. Battle for it now. Hawkinson lost the battle. Tainer. And now wide for Delu. He feeds it for Lukic. Lukic takes a deflection off Cronali, and Sanchez with a diving effort to keep it in and avoid the corner.
Lukic needs to do a better job at first staying wide to allow a passing lane to form, but also when he does get the ball, I just want you to notice the right side of your screen, Lucas Stauffer in acres of space. If he receives this ball with his hips open, it's an easy pass into his wingback that he can just slide it into. You take too long, the window just closes down, and a golden opportunity goes missed for Tulsa. You can see Stauffer very frustrated bottom of your screen there.
Tulsa have the only shot on target tonight, just one shot attempt for San Antonio in this first half as Tulsa takes away. Delu gets around Paredes and then collides with his own teammate and turns it over to Hernandez. Jorge Hernandez.
and just no real options ahead of the ball. It's a 1v4 right now for San Antonio.
Medranda, he goes down and is given the foul, and a yellow will come out. Serrato is booked.
Just no need here from Serrato. The way that he comes into this challenge, very rash. His studs are exposed. No need to leave your feet. Medranda's going nowhere. You have the numerical advantage. You do not need to win this ball. Move your feet. Let Medranda play negative, and your job is done. As you become overzealous, there is a little bit of contact that takes out Medranda, and that's why you see yellow. Wrong decision from Serrato to go into that challenge.
3 minutes of stoppage in the first half and a free kick opportunity. An advantageous spot for San Antonio near the end of the half. They've scored just 1 goal in the last 3 games. Hernandez trying to get it around the wall, unable to. Flores Blanco, service comes in, and Deleu gets rid of it. Medranda. Now Soto. Comes all the way in front. Played by Hawkinson. He goes down in the area. And then the point to the spot comes. Peñaranda took down Paredes. And the miscue late by FC Tulsa results in a PK opportunity for San Antonio right here in stoppage time.
This is all about Luke Hawkinson reacting quicker as Corneli challenges for this ball, gets the inside track. Sissoko actually does well to recover. But as Paredes gets there, you just notice the right arm of Peñaranda that catches out Paredes. This ball comes loose. Notice the right arm of the goalkeeper right here. Clear contact right in front of our referee. Good call in the end. What an opportunity this is for San Antonio to take the lead right before halftime.
Peñaranda and FC Tulsa have only conceded 1 penalty this season. Last year, saved a league best 3 penalty kicks. Jorge Hernandez is a perfect 2 for 2 in 2025. And right at the end of the half, has a chance to give San Antonio the lead. Hernandez against Peñaranda. Hernandez scores! Peñaranda guessed right, but an excellent take from Hernandez. And the home side, San Antonio, near the end of the first half, is in front.
You want your star players to stand up when your team needs them. Jorge Hernandez just shoulders the responsibility. It starts with Luke Hawkinson anticipating this. There is a pull to jersey, but Peñaranda gets all of Paredes. It's a clear foul. And this will be the best angle of the perfect placement here for Jorge Hernandez. Notice how he keeps his shoulders and head over the ball, which allows him to generate enough power to place it into that bottom corner. Outstretched arm of Peñaranda can't get there. Good goal for San Antonio right before halftime.
His 6th of the season, normally a player known for his facilitating. His 6 goals are more than double his season total from the past 2 years as we get the whistle for halftime. Not much happening in the first 45 for San Antonio until the very end, and it's Jorge Hernandez, their star, who puts one home to give him the lead.
San Antonio started to grow into this game when they started to find the spaces in between lines. Agudelo came alive. Jorge Hernandez started to find the ball a little bit more. And for Luke Spencer and FC Tulsa, it starts with your defensive efforts. You need to be more compact at condensing that space and allowing your players to express themselves more higher up the field.
San Antonio have lost 3 in a row to FC Tulsa, but they have the lead at the half thanks to the goal on the penalty kick from Jorge Hernandez. 1-0 to San Antonio at the half. We'll be back with more from Toyota Field after this. You're watching the USL on CBS Sports.
Direct your attention to the south side of the stadium. Performing for your halftime entertainment, please welcome W Dancer.
USL on CBS Sports is presented by Best Western. 1-0 to San Antonio at the half over FC Tulsa. As we welcome you back inside the broadcast booth at Toyota Field, he is Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Josh Appel. This is just game 1 of our doubleheader tonight on CBS Sports Network. We've got Las Vegas and Phoenix, another Western Conference battle coming up next.
In 2025, especially in the Western Conference, we've seen how competitive USL Championship is. Every team can beat anyone, and every single point matters, and we have a fantastic match later tonight.
Yeah, Phoenix is back in the win column. Back-to-back wins for Pamuduka and Phoenix Rising FC. Las Vegas trying to get back to their winning ways. They've lost 2 in a row.
This Las Vegas light side is searching an identity under Antonio Nocerino. They're having a really difficult time to kickstart their attacking third once they get higher up the field, and they're also leaking goals. But for Phoenix Rising and Pamuduka, it's all about creating an identity. Over the last 2 games, they started to find some success, so it sets up for a really intriguing matchup in Las Vegas.
Phoenix just notched their first clean sheet of the season against their last time out. So here's what's coming up next on USL on CBS. Of course, Las Vegas and Phoenix we just talked about. That's the night. We've got League One action coming up in mid-June. Anything else stick out to you, Ricky, on the schedule?
Pittsburgh Riverhounds hosting Loudoun United and Ryan Martin. Maybe the surprise of the USL Championship. Well, how good Loudoun have been. Ryan Martin pressing all the right buttons at creating an identity, and Loudoun have done a fantastic job to start this season.
Also got Charleston Battery coming up a couple times. Top team in the East. They've been great this season. Mitch Tainter has been great this season when he's in the lineup. And his side, San Antonio, has a 1-0 lead over Tulsa at the half in San Antonio.
Would be down to live in a rich. So he's not rich. He was reserved for he's annoyingly happy all the time. Jimmy is very, very happy all the time. All his songs, his performances.
And it's time to pull up your tickets and check your seat location because we are ready to play Rico's Clinko. Today we're in section 102, where one lucky row will win a choice of 3 nachos or popcorn, courtesy of Rico. Congratulations to section 102, row number 9. Be sure to stop by one of our fan favorite concession stands to get your fill.
Am I doing the Best Western? Welcome back to San Antonio. 1-0 to the home side over FC Tulsa at the half on the late PK from Jorge Hernandez. We welcome you back inside the broadcast booth. He is Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Josh Appel. And Ricky, not much happening for either side in that first half until the very end for San Antonio. They earn the penalty, and Jorge Hernandez converts.
San Antonio started to feed the ball, and all the success started to happen for San Antonio. But it was really early as FC Tulsa started this game on the front foot, something we haven't really seen for Luke Spencer and his side. They want to commit numbers forward. They wanted to force the issue. Richard Sanchez gives this ball over very cheaply, and the aggressive nature continues on with Diallo. First thing he does when he picks up this ball, head up, easy save for Sanchez, and then you started to see the numbers for San Antonio getting higher up the field. All 10 players in their attacking third. Good ball in from Madron. Cornell needs to continue his run, and it took late, but this is all about Luke Hackinson anticipating. Tizoko gets caught, then Peñaranda gets caught. It's a clear foul, and Jorge Hernandez steps up.
Probably could have called 2 fouls in the area on that one, and Jorge Hernandez, despite Peñaranda guessing correctly, just a quality take.
All the pressure on his shoulders, cool as you would like from their playmaker, gets his 6th on the season and gives San Antonio the 1-0 lead walking into halftime.
It was their only shot on target. 7 attempts for FC Tulsa. Possession heavily in favor of San Antonio, as is the score. Probably a frustrating way for FC Tulsa to finish that half. We'll be back with more from Toyota Field in moments. It's game 1 of our doubleheader on CBS Sports Network in USL Championship. Jorge Hernandez has the only goal at the half here at Toyota Field.
Thanks to everyone who participated in tonight's bid game presented by 20. Our friends at the Kickoff Lucky Eagle Casino and Hotel are going to give one lucky section here tonight, $50 each and lucky bucks. Let's take a look at the video for it to see who will be tonight's lucky section. Congratulations, section 123. Enjoy your lucky box courtesy of our proud supporters at the Kickoff Lucky Eagle Casino and Hotel. Fans, if you're not sitting in section 123, don't worry. Scan the QR code on the video board to win a $25 coupon to Kickoff Lucky Eagle Casino and Hotel.
USL on CBS Sports is presented by Best Western. Welcome back to San Antonio, 1-0 to the home side at the break. Josh Appel, Ricky Lopez, Aspen with you. Let's take a look now at our travel map, brought to you by Best Western.
Coming into this game, all the success going forward is going to be on the shoulders of Jorge Hernandez. And if you're Carlos Llamosa, you have to be pleased with this travel map. Everything in the attacking third, and that is when he is at his best. He can combine, he can find that final pass to break through lines, but he's also shown that he can find the back of the net. If you want to continue to find success for San Antonio, this travel map has to be almost the same going back the other way in this next 45 minutes.
FC Tulsa will certainly have their hands full as we get ready to start this second half. Richard Sanchez, some shaky moments in the first 15 minutes, but San Antonio settled down. They weren't able to create much until the very end. They were able to capitalize on the penalty from Jorge Hernandez, his 6th goal of the season. Thanks so much for being with us. Game 1 of our doubleheader on CBS Sports Network tonight. Las Vegas and Phoenix to follow. Tulsa has made a substitution to begin the second half. Lamar Batista exits and Arthur Rogers comes on to replace him. Remember, we saw Batista go down near the end of the first half. As we get a whistle and a foul, Cronale can't believe it's against him, and he will also draw the yellow as well.
Good start here for FC Tulsa. You play in the front half, and the right shoulder of Cronale first hits that first little action, and as his Calhera tries to swim move, it's the left arm that comes across and catches him. But I expect FC Tulsa to continue to play on the front foot into their number 9, because he needs to become more influential if they want to call themselves back into this game.
So now an advantageous free kick for FC Tulsa in the opening moments of the second half. They played an excellent first 45 minutes. So right at the very end, they climb out of this hole. Colley went for goal and missed everything.
You need more there from Colley here, about 30 yards out. If you elect to go on target, you need to force Sanchez to make a save or lift it to that back post so your teammates can get on the end of it. And notice where his shoulders go at the last second. Gets 2 underneath it, leans back. Big opportunity missed for Tulsa.
Collision at midfield, play rolls on. Owen Dom takes advantage of the space given to him and then turns it back. Sissoko. Ricky, what do you make of the change Rogers in for Batista?
You have to think it's an injury to Lamar Batista because he's such an important piece for FC Tulsa, but Arthur Rogers on that back line, he's going to give you distribution. He's going to give you the ability to bypass all sorts of pressure and the comfortability on the ball as well. He's a player that had so much success at League One. Big signing for FC Tulsa in the offseason.
He was the Defender of the Year back-to-back seasons in 22 and 23. First ever in USL League One to earn that recognition back-to-back years. But in his 2 seasons with Tulsa so far, he's dealt with the injury bug. This is his 8th appearance of the season. Paredes, the cross. Hawkinson deflects it, and then it's punched away by Peñaranda. Play rolls on with Peñaranda down. Paredes gets it back. Hawkinson still finally getting up. Paredes, across, deflected just high. Agudelo nearly had his first in league play.
It's the second time that we've seen Luke Hawkinson doing a good job at just beat his marker to the spot. Last second slashes across Rogers, but this is a foul on Luke Hawkinson. Peñaranda gets there first. No question whatsoever that whistle should be blown when Hawkinson comes and takes out Peñaranda. As this play continues on, Paredes doing a good job at just backtracking Owen Dom into his box.
That does result in the first corner of the second half for San Antonio. Whipped in, back post, Peñaranda gobbles it up.
It's a wrong decision there for Peñaranda. No need to try to go quick, especially with the amount of traffic oncoming in front of Taylor Calhera.
Peñaranda, the 25-year-old keeper. And his mistake leads to a whistle and a free kick opportunity for San Antonio. Both coaches told us that these set pieces would be key tonight, and how they defend and how they take them. Soto will just turn it back for Tainter. Paredes wide on Dom, the cross, back post, Hawkinson heads it down, Agudelo is there. He was marked well, no, Agudelo on the bicycle, Madronda on the header. And it's Peñaranda who ends the threat. San Antonio circling the waters the first 5 minutes, trying to get that second one.
And again, it starts from the wide part for San Antonio. First, Paredes does a good job at lifting this ball to the back post. Luke Hawkinson does everything right here, heads it back into the mixer. Juan Agudelo tries to go for the acrobatics and just mishits it. But good start for Carlos Llamosa and the home side. Whatever the head coach said at halftime really struck a chord because they're playing at a different tempo.
Agudelo still in search of that first goal in league play. He has scored in Jägermeister Cup action. FC Tulsa have won 3 in a row against San Antonio, but they find themselves down 1-0 here in the second half. Rogers moves it ahead. The whistle blows here, but not for a foul. The flag came up for offside.
Central locations, again, for FC Tulsa, really difficult to find a solution. First, Cali and Serrato operating in the same sort of space yet again, and there's also just no pocket presence underneath Calhera. So Delu or Lukic needs to drop underneath that number 9 so you can play in between lines to cause some issues for San Antonio.
Madronda, he gets taken down. Play rolls on. Delu in the direction of Calhera. Calhera in on Buckmaster. Calhera to his left, lays it out in front. What a save by Sanchez! Calhera back on it. His cross headed away by Soto for a corner, but Richard Sanchez, save of the week nominee.
How good is this from Calhera just to go at Reese Buckmaster, and what he's doing, he's just being very patient, allowing his teammates to come and support him as he continues that second, that third touch. Now that back line of San Antonio, they're retreating. So what's the space? 12 yards out. Lukic needs to pick out a corner here, but take nothing away from the fantastic save from Richard Sanchez here.
Corner kick opportunity for Tulsa. Can they find the equalizer? It's curled in, the header just over the bar from Sissoko.
Good ball in yet again from Delu. Even better run from Sissoko. Just tries to glance it over his right shoulder.
Donald Colley, first season in USL, the Australian. Last 5 seasons for Perth Glory.
Again, just right side of your screen, just so much space underneath Juan Agudelo and San Antonio. You need a presence there to play in between the lines. It's been the same issue for both teams.
Diallo try to find Delu, stepped in front of. Won by Paredes. Paredes gets around Dom. Paredes feeds it across Hernandez. It's laying at the top of the area, deflected back in. Rogers fell on the ball. And now it can be cleared away.
Paredes has done a really good job at just pushing Owen Dom to the limit. First to react, and he's just so vertical and so direct, a nightmare to defend.
Flores Blanco curls it in. Paredes just couldn't direct the header on goal. It's only been about 9 minutes in the second half, but definitely feels more wide open than the first 45 minutes.
Whatever Luke Spencer and Carlos Llamosa said, really got a reaction from both sides. This tempo's been higher, both players starting to take chances higher up the field. Attacking start for both clubs.
Diallo for Owen Dom. That's back to the right, Delu. Now sent towards goal by Lukic, but right at Sanchez.
Love the spacing that we've seen from Lukic to start this second 45 minutes. When the ball's on the weak side, he's just coming centrally to create an overload. Right idea, unable to get clean contact on it. Again, Josh, look at the space in between lines. Just so much space, bad giveaway.
Diallo couldn't corral it. Agudelo controls.
If Luke Spencer wants FC Tulsa to be a more aggressive team, they have to do it in unison. The issue that they're having right now is that front four is going and just leaving Serrato and Cali isolated in central locations, which is where exactly San Antonio wants to play in.
Given away, going for goal. Sanchez was out, and it's just wide. Sanchez nearly caught sleeping. Nearly had a goal of the week nom after his save of the week nominee.
Cannot afford to give the ball over cheaply. First, it's Mitch Tainer, exactly what Calhera wants. He has Sanchez beat. If he puts this on target, Sports Center Top 10 is calling his name.
That's the type of danger that Calhera provides. You're an expert in goals like that. I hate to gas your tires a little, or pump your tires a bit, but
being a good teammate, right?
Yeah, Ricky Lopez Espin, known for highlight reel goals like that, as Paredes just puts it wide. FC Tulsa wanted the flag to come up. It did not, but we will get a substitution here for San Antonio. Lucio Barron will enter for Madronda.
I love the movement for Paredes as Agudelo drops in, leaves a lot of space for him to run into. Right idea, just goes too early and gets too much of the ball and pulls it wide.
So Madronda exits. And Barron, another Creighton alum. You guys are everywhere.
Saying like that's a bad thing.
Yeah, you know, I can only handle so many Creighton alums at once. Hernandez. For Agudelo, it's put wide. Hawkinson, another Creighton guy. Hernandez.
Great run.
Buckmaster. Good close down by DeLu. He wanted a goal kick. It'll be a corner, but a great recovery nonetheless.
Good recognition here from Reese Buckmaster. Now Paredes comes centrally, and that allows him to be very aggressive from his right back role. First touch just lets him down too heavy. DeLu doing a good job at just doubling down. And Reese Buckmaster knows it. If he has a cleaner first touch, clear goal scoring opportunity.
Third corner of the match for San Antonio. The goal came in stoppage time of the first half. Jorge Hernandez, penalty. Flores Blanco. The header from Tainer. Near side. But wide.
Mitch Tainer to a T here. Put the ball into his dangerous area, let him and go up and get it. Just out jumps Arthur Rogers. Great timing from the center back. That ball needs to be headed right on top of that 6-yard box into the mixer.
If San Antonio can hang on tonight, it would be their first win against a team with a winning record this season. They've only played one team above 500, and they lost that match against Charleston 4-0. It was their first road loss in league play back on the 17th, as there's an injured player down, Paredes, for San Antonio. Welcome back to San Antonio USL on CBS Sports, presented by Best Western. Andres Paredes is okay, back on his feet, and a free kick coming for San Antonio. They lead 1-0 an hour in. Josh Appel, Ricky Lopez Espin with you from Toyota Field. Hernandez, who has the goal, lays it for Paredes. Hernandez back on it, trades again. A give and go. Paredes, low cross, cleared out, corner coming.
Just his directness, Paredes causing all sorts of issues for Tulsa to deal with. Does a good job of getting to the byline, but even better positioning in the end from Lukic. to not allow this ball to come across his 6-yard box.
Feels like a much more confident San Antonio side since Hernandez scored that goal to give them the lead.
And it starts with their structure, Joss. They've gone a lot more compact in their defensive shape, which just instills some confidence and sets a foundation for their players high up the field, because now they understand that if we can get on the ball and start to express themselves, we have that security blanket behind us, and that's why you start to see Paredes be more direct. Jorge Hernandez has the freedom to go and search the game, and this is exactly what Carlos Hermoso wants hit from his team in the attacking third.
They're on with a lot of pace on that shot attempt, just off target. Serrato, foul there. Calhera went down. He nearly tied it up from right around midfield a few moments ago. And don't forget, there's more USL action tonight. Las Vegas and Phoenix coming up at 10:30 Eastern right here on CBS Sports Network. Dalou for Tulsa. Barón got there and forced the giveaway. San Antonio moving in transition. It's Paredes sending it towards goal. No other option. Peñaranda, right before that whistle, played it for Sissoko because there's an injured player down. Looks like Dalou for FC Tulsa. He scored in the season opener. Second season here with FC Tulsa. This is a side that, as we mentioned earlier, has given up, I know it's a controversial stat to certain people, but below XG of 1 in 6 of their 9 matches this season. Tonight, if this number holds, it would be the highest number this year. They've given up 1.8 XG here tonight, and a lot of that really since the end of the first half. So earlier we were talking about Luke Spencer, first-year head coach for FC Tulsa. He's a 2-time USL Cup champion in 2017 and 2018 with Lou City, and he won the USL Final MVP in 2018. This goal right here that he scored after all the chaos in front gave Louisville their back-to-back championships.
No nonsense here from Luke Spencer. Just finds himself in a really good opportunity. Technical ability, laces through the ball off to the corner to celebrate, to give Lou City a star above the crest. Luke Spencer, what a fantastic career he had in USL Championship, and what a moment that is for Lou City.
He's hoping to bring that type of big picture success to FC Tulsa, and they do look like a different group so far this season. He followed Mario Sanchez from Louisville here to FC Tulsa. Sanchez left the club last year at the end of the season. Luke Spencer promoted to head coach, and it's not his first time technically being a head coach. Back when he was with Louisville in that 2018 season, he was interim co-manager and player.
I had the ability to speak with Luke Spencer a couple weeks back, and him and I were joking on our phone call. Asked him how many times did he jump into training with the urge to find the back, and then his answer, not often. Back can't handle the pressure anymore, not the athleticism, but what a striker he was back in his day, Luke Spencer.
He's still played with a lot of guys who are still in USL Championship. In fact, one of his former teammates with Lou City, Cameron Lancaster, big news in USL Championship this week, all-time leading goal scorer, brought in by Lou City for a return. As Khalil El-Medkar replaces Dalou. Service towards the back post. El-Medkar trying to make his presence known immediately, but well handled by San Antonio, and Paredes starts it, but he was late on that ball. Serrato got there, puts it wide.
Really good step from Serrato.
El-Medkar battling for position with Buckmaster, And it goes all the way over both of them and out for a goal kick.
Really good sub in terms of the profile that Luke Spencer just brought on. El Medcar, he's going to give you a pocket presence that's going to come centrally. Number 10, bottom of your screen. He wants to combine with his teammates, and he does have the quality to unlock this San Antonio back line. So getting El Medcar in a rhythm, up the tempo, utmost importance for Luke Spencer.
Diallo trying to feed it over to his right for Lukic. He wasn't able to corral, so it's a throw-in for San Antonio. Again, the goal that's holding up right now for San Antonio from Jorge Hernandez. Penalty and stoppage time in the first half. Half where there wasn't much going for San Antonio. One moment has really sparked things. Nearly sprung him there for his second. So Sanchez, a good start here in this second half after a shaky beginning in the first 15 minutes. That comes all the way to Peñaranda.
Again, just notice how deep Serrano and Diallo are sitting. About 10 yards between the two of them. Nice little pocket of space from El Medcar here. But as you play with two center midfielders, you always want one to be more aggressive, playing in between the lines. Nice move.
Owen Dom goes down, and a point to the spot. They'll say he was in the penalty area. And an opportunity on a PK coming for FC Tulsa to level the score. What a moment. Owen Dom. And let's see, was that outside the 18 or inside? Regardless, there's no VAR, so the decision will stand.
Starts with the ability from Owen Dom, 1v1 to drop the shoulder, send Paredes packing, but notice the right leg here, Barone. There is clear contact, but it's outside the 18-yard box. About half of a yard outside, and that's exactly what everyone in Toyota Field is groaning about. It is a foul. He does not have the ability to move his feet, so he's lunging in. And you just see the argument for the sub for San Antonio.
Katarina Koroleva, emphatic in her decision. Mitch Tainter, obviously unhappy with it. He wants to have the conversation, but he and Colley are going at it right now. There are smiles on both those faces, but I can't imagine that conversation is very friendly.
Emotions are high between Colley and Mitch Tainter. Well, on Sissoko just to defuse the situation.
What a moment in this match. Likely should not have been a penalty. But because we have no VAR, Taylor Calhera steps to the spot. He scored on a penalty in the win against Lexington last week. Can he make it 2 weeks in a row and net his 6th of the season like his counterpart Jorge Hernandez did at the end of the first half? He's taken 2, he's converted 2 this season. San Antonio have conceded 3 penalties. Sanchez, the USL veteran. Calhera, the first-year USL pro. Calhera levels the score from the spot. Brand new game with 20 minutes to play in San Antonio.
As a defender at this level, you have to move your feet when you decide to go into a challenge. Verone does not do that. Watch his right leg here. Makes contact outside the 18-yard box. There's no VAR in USL Championship, so to the spot we go. And I love the confidence from Calhera here. puts his laces through and keeps his head down over the ball so there's no chance it goes over the crossbar. Hits it with enough venom and pace, no nonsense from the number 9. 6 on the season, 1-1 here at Toyota Field.
Calhera and Hernandez, each from the spot, each with their 6th of the season. Member of the MLS Next Pro Best 11 from a season ago, has made waves in USL Championship this season. And really, we should have seen it coming. He scored 4 goals in a 3-match stint during the preseason, and obviously was a harbinger of things to come. He has just had an excellent season and provided so much quality up top for FC Tulsa and Luke Spencer.
And he's been more active in the second half, Calhera has.
How does San Antonio respond? Can they keep their cool? An unfortunate moment for them. But there's still plenty of time. And I do wonder what the feeling is for Carlos Llamosa and the rest of that San Antonio sideline. The way that things have gone over the last 2 months across all competitions, we've said it throughout the night. Just 2 wins in 8 matches since the start of April. Just 1 in 6 matches in league play since the start of last month. They're winless in the month of May. And that play right there is just one of those where if things are going well for you, the call is correct, it's outside the area, a free kick is coming. But when things are going the way they are, that call just never seemingly goes the way.
Now, if you're Carlos Llamosa, you have to lean on your leadership that is on the field. Alex Cornally, Mitch Tainer, the 2 players that have had the most success in USL Championship and that are your true leaders in that back line. That's why Mitch Tainer wears the captain armband. Good layoff.
Yeah, Paredes showing off that speed. Rogers trying to cut him off, and he does. Beautifully done by Rogers, and then he gets taken down by Hawkinson, and Hawkinson is called for the foul. He does not like it.
Fantastic 1v1 defending here from Rogers because he knows Paredes has him beat for pace, but just notice the angle right here that Rogers takes in, and when he leaves his feet, he puts himself between Paredes and the ball. Luke Hawkinson comes in a little bit rash. Rogers goes down very cleverly from the sub. What a fantastic impact he's had on this game, and there is contact. Notice how high Hawkinson's left leg comes in and catches Rogers.
The first 45 minutes in the first half, there was not a lot happening for either side. And then San Antonio, true, would look like a couple of opportunities for a PK in stoppage time in the first half. They were awarded one, and really since then, it has been back and forth. Both teams have been able to produce chances. They know how pivotal this one is. We're a third of the way through the 2025 season. These teams tied in the Western Conference in points. Tulsa, 1 fewer match played as Stauffer, your former teammate at Creighton, picks up a yellow.
Just caught in no man's land here. Lucas Stauffer tries to win this ball, but Flores Blanco does a good job at taking that second touch right here over the foot, right in front of our referee. Big challenge for Lucas Stauffer as he joins Serrato in the book in terms of their positioning and decision-making, what challenges they go into.
Stauffer, one of a handful of additions really in season for FC Tulsa. As Barone takes it back. Paredes, Calhera hounding him, as was Sissoko. Make that Diallo. Hernandez, Hawkinson with those bright yellow cleats. Play to the outside. Dragging towards the middle. Agudelo trying to pop it ahead for Flores Blanco, but it's Hernandez. Wanted to tee it up. Denied an opportunity. Floats it towards the back post. Paredes trying to get there. He's unable to. And a goal kick coming for FC Tulsa.
It's been a bit quiet over the last 5 minutes here. Jorge Hernandez, a player that loves to play in between lines, right on top of that 18-yard box. just so slippery. 1v1, right foot, left foot, no problem whatsoever. In the end, just lacking that last bit of quality to find a teammate.
15 minutes to go here from Toyota Field in San Antonio. San Antonio FC trying to right the ship. FC Tulsa trying to move to 3 in a row unbeaten. They earned a result with a late goal against El Paso a couple of games ago. They shut out Lexington 2-0 in their last match. And again, they'll try and make it back-to-back wins and 3 in a row unbeaten. Substitutions are preparing to come on for San Antonio. Dmitry Yerofeev, the 18-year-old Russian. He enters for Luke Hawkinson. And then Nicky Hernandez will replace Almir Soto.
Good man management from Carlos Llamosa here in regard to the Soto sub. Already with the amount of challenges that have come on and are flying in this second half, Soto was already on a yellow card. Nicky Hernandez is going to give you ball retention as that single pivot, which will allow Barone to join the attack. Yerofeev, he's just going to give you verticality, much like Paredes has.
Looking for Yerofeev, unable to find him. Two PKs successful in this one. Hernandez for San Antonio in stoppage time in the first half, and then Calhera 7 minutes ago to level the game at 1.
Great ball.
Better recovery from San Antonio.
And just too much space for Serrato and Diallo to cover, requiring the work rate and the balance that is just not there. So if San Antonio have the ability to find the pocket of space that Yerofeev is sitting right in front of our referee, the whole field will start to open up for the home side.
Barone has room.
Again, Jorge Hernandez, you need to connect that pass. If you do, it's a good opportunity.
Give credit to Tulsa for closing down on it as well. Almost like they're luring that pass. Calhera. Ahead for Lukic. Low cross. Deflects. From distance. Just wide. Did Sanchez get a piece? He did not. But El Medkar almost with a highlight reel goal.
Watch the technical ability here from El Medkar, doing right what he needs to do right on top of that 18-yard box, and it does seem like Sanchez does touch this ball to parry it wide. Great save from the goalkeeper. Exactly what Owen Dom is pleading.
It's been an interesting night for our referee, Ekaterina Koroleva, as FC Tulsa brings on another sub. Jamie Weber will replace Stefan Lukic. Weber, another one of those recent signings, came in middle of April. First season playing in the States for a USL record fee. Diallo. Calhera. Well played by Buckmaster, but now he is slow to get up. Remember, he's dealt with injury issues already this season. Now he pops up onto his feet. Good sight. That was a good play by him. Owen Dom, who drew the penalty, to throw in. Chested down, Nicky Hernandez flicks it away. Stauffer. Came over from Lexington. Now it's Serrato. For Diallo. Dom. Paredes watching him. It's turned back. 10 minutes to play plus stoppage time in San Antonio. Will we end in a draw, or will either side find the go-ahead? To the outside it comes. Trying to chase it down was Weber, and he was unable to make that Elmedkar. And now San Antonio, they'll bring on USL veteran Jake LaCava, and he'll replace Juan Agudelo, who was very active in the first half, pretty quiet in the second half, Ricky.
Unable to get in a rhythm in the second half. Juan Agudelo ended his shift with only 27 touches. For Carlos Hermosa, the next step in the progression higher up the field is you need to play into Juan Agudelo's feet a bit more. Jake LaCava, so explosive with his pace and his directness, so now you have a lot of vertical threats to see this game out for San Antonio and Carlos Hermosa.
Diallo settles it down. Elmedkar right there with him. Barone applying pressure, gets it to Paredes. Paredes then goes down. He stays down. Play rolls on. Elmedkar finds Serrato. Back for Elmedkar. Into the middle it comes. Cronali got a piece of it. Settles down. Stauffer, and then Tainer comes over, clears it away, and he is fouled. It's going the other way. Let's take a look now at the Best Western upcoming schedule. June 11th, ESPN2, Lou City in Rhode Island. What an Eastern Conference affair that'll be. And then our next one here on CBS Sports Network, League One action on June 18th at 8 Eastern, Forward Madison against Westchester. And then back to ESPN2 a couple days later, Lexington and Colorado Swing Switchbacks. Champs, USL Championship. 1-1 here in San Antonio. Josh Appel, Ricky Lopez Espin. Down the stretch we come in a battle of the third and fourth place teams in the Western Conference. San Antonio has quality all over the pitch, but they have not been able to earn results over the last 2 months. And they find a way to right the ship tonight. Flores Blanco on the cross, handled by Peñaranda. And now Sissoko is down in front of goal for FC Tulsa. Looks like just a cramp. So his teammates will come over and help him out. Rogers. This has been a high-quality second half, Ricky.
Tempo has been exquisite. It's just so fast. Players on the front foot, they want to be on the attacking side of the game. The game starts to open up, and it's been a very entertaining second 45 minutes between San Antonio and FC Tulsa. Luke Spencer, Carlos Hermosa, looking at their bench, looking at relationships that are continuing to grow. Because you and I have been around this game long enough, Josh, that we know there's going to be 1 or 2 golden more opportunities left to see who's going to snag it and take all the points.
You know, Ricky, a couple of weeks ago, last time out for San Antonio at home, they were tied 1-1 late with Oakland Roots. Richard Sanchez, seemingly an innocuous play, turned the ball over right to Oakland. A gaping, wide open goal. Oakland Roots able to get the winner and steal 3 points. See if they can keep their composure. Carlos Hermosa's side here tonight. They have not beaten FC Tulsa, there you see it, since late June of 2022. 3 consecutive wins for FC Tulsa in this head-to-head matchup. 2 well-respected head coaches in this league. Both well-respected as players as well. And don't forget, once again, there's more USL action to follow us. Las Vegas Lights, Phoenix Rising, kickoff at 10:30 Eastern right here on CBS Sports Network. Josh Eastern, Marion Crowder will bring you that one when we are through in San Antonio. Good to see Sissoko able to jog off. Cava trying to wreak a little havoc out in front of Peñaranda. Now Medkar turns it back. Nifty work there. Gets to Owen Dom. Wide for Weber. Weber floats it towards goal. The header is just put wide by Calhera. Sanchez would have had no shot. Calhera will want that one back.
But how good of a ball is this from Weber? The touch, the vision, the execution, and the technical ability to get it up and down over Cronali on a platter for Calhera. All he needs to do is just run through this ball and get it on target. See the frustration off of the number 9. He knows he should be doing better with a great ball in from Weber.
And then Sissoko just picked up a yellow. Jorge Hernandez unhappy with the contact. LaCava is the player who went down for San Antonio. That might be Sissoko's last act in this one.
Ball over the top. Jake LaCava doing a good job at just shielding the ball. As Sissoko dropped his shoulder. It's a foul every single day of the week, and he picks up a yellow, and it will be his last action.
Sissoko will come off, and for the first time in 2025, Andrew Booth will see the pitch. Second season with Tulsa. What a time to make his debut. Final few moments here in San Antonio.
Andrew Booth is a versatile player that can play centrally as that single pivot, but can also drop and plan that back line. But it's going to change things for Luke Spencer. Now Diallo's going to play left back. Owen Dom's going to slot right next to Arthur Rogers. Lucas Stauffer will play right back, while Andrew Booth and Serrato will be the double pivot. So we've seen FC Tulsa shift into a back four system to try to see this game out.
Foul here against Tulsa. Buckmaster. Hernandez. Services one in, cleared out. Eurofave tried to keep it alive. LaCava pressuring Rogers. Rogers gave it away. Eurofave to his right, back to his left. Lays it wide, Flores Blanco. Flores Blanco floats it in. Paredes the header. LaCava tried to flick it. It was deflected by Peñaranda, and then a foul going the other way.
Jake LaCava staying with the play, just so quick to react. Good little move from Eurofave and Flores Blanco to put the ball in the mixture. But as LaCava gets to it, there's no foul whatsoever. The ball hits Peñaranda here. There is no contact from Jake LaCava into Johan Peñaranda.
It's been a difficult night. You know, the penalty, of course, that favored Tulsa. They will take that every single time, but San Antonio seemingly very frustrated tonight.
And there was a very similar action moments ago between Luke Hawkinson and Peñaranda, and there was no call. That's where the frustration starts to set in for the players, just looking for consistency.
Chase down wide. Colley. Now Rogers, make that Stauffer. Stauffer couldn't get it back.
Watch out here.
Room for Nicky Hernandez. Now Paredes. Oh, that is a beautiful play by Diallo.
Flawless positioning from Diallo. Starts centrally, so it's always easier to go out and attack the ball and not get beaten through that narrow channel.
Nicky Hernandez there. On the switch. Paredes will pick up a yellow.
Back-to-back actions executed to perfection from Diallo here. Paredes, no play on the ball whatsoever. Notice how he turns his back and just comes through the side of Diallo. And again, Josh, it was the same action earlier in that first half when Paredes takes out Owen Dom. No yellow card that time, sees yellow here.
We haven't even mentioned it tonight, Ricky, though, as we will have 5 minutes of stoppage time. One of the depth pieces for Tulsa that's been heavily involved in the rotation, Delence Pierre, unavailable tonight because of a retroactive red card from the last game against Lexington. Committed a dangerous foul. It was given a yellow at the time. The league reviewed it and retroactively gave him a red, so he's out tonight. And I would say Tulsa, in his absence, has held up very well for the most part.
Yeah, they've done a good job, FC Tulsa, just doing everything as a collective. Notice as one goes for the initial ball, the other three provide coverage off of each other. The rotations have been spot on, and yet through 91 minutes here, we've seen another very strong road performance in terms of the defensive effort for FC Tulsa and Luke Spencer.
You gotta wonder if this stays at a 1-1 draw, how frustrating it'll be for San Antonio, considering they had the 1-0 advantage into the 70th minute before the controversial penalty was awarded to Tulsa. And this is nearly given away. Good support by Tainer. Flores Blanco. Eurofave lost it. Tried to go long, but Nicky Hernandez, good positioning. Is there some late magic in either of these two sides? Tulsa keeping up their strong road form, 3-1-0 entering tonight away from home. San Antonio, mentioned earlier, they had not lost last season at home until early June. They've already got 3 defeats at Toyota Field in 2025. Talk about it from San Antonio's perspective and how frustrated they might be if it stays 1-1, but if you're FC Tulsa, you will take this 1-1 draw at Toyota Field and you will head back to Tulsa running with it.
Luke Spencer, probably the happier of the two managers if we see this result stand coming into Toyota Field, where historically San Antonio has made this place a fortress. Hasn't been the same in 2025. 3 wins, 3 losses when they're playing at home. But again, they've been very compact defensively. FC Tulsa has very difficult to break through. And that is the reason why they continue to push up the Western Conference. For Carlos Llamosa, you have to create more good opportunities through the run of play. Tough challenge here.
Here's the foul on Colley as Hernandez took a nasty fall. Time running out though in this one.
These are little decisions that can come back to haunt you, especially when you're playing against a team like San Antonio that have so many aerial threats. You're looking for quality from Jorge Hernandez. Right on top of that 6-yard box is his desired location.
About 90 seconds to go. Long free kick. Headed across. Weber battling with Hernandez. Couple of 8s going at it. And now FC Tulsa trying to spring it forward. Long ball towards Sanchez. He's able to recover and get back and handle it. Gets it started right away for Barron. Going long over the top. Booth lost it. LaCava heavy on that touch and cleared away. And a foul here and a yellow coming for Barron. Just awaiting the final whistle here from Toyota Field. Rogers to put it in play. Could be the last kick of the match for FC Tulsa. Now Medkar, now Booth. Wide for Diallo. Diallo's cross deflects, comes in front to Sanchez, and he's able to get there. And if you're Tulsa and Taylor Calhera, you're thinking about that header about the 85th minute that he just put wide. The last real golden chance for Tulsa. At least we think. Room to roam. Dom, who drew the penalty earlier, and he just dribbled it himself over the touchline. And there is the final whistle at Toyota Field. A 1-1 draw that FC Tulsa will likely feel very good about. One that San Antonio FC might feel like they had a couple of extra points stolen from them here in this one. But a result nonetheless for both sides. 1-1 is our final. Jorge Hernandez, Taylor Calhera, both from the spot. The 2 goals in this one. It ends in a 1-1 draw in the first of our USL on CBS Sports doubleheader. We'll come back and wrap things up for you from Toyota Field in San Antonio after this.
Tonight's save of the match is goalkeeper Richard Sanchez, 52nd minute save. SAFC family, tonight's Goodwill Man of the Match is number 3, Mitch Taylor. Mitch put up some impressive numbers. He has 9 clearances, 2 recoveries, and 5 duels won. Let's hear it one more time for tonight's Goodwill Man of the Match, number 3, Mitch Taylor.
Welcome back to San Antonio USL on CBS Sports, presented by Best Western. 1-1 is the final. Calhera and Hernandez, the 2 goal scorers for each side. Josh Appel, Ricky Lopez-Espin. Ricky, let's take a look at the full-time highlights. It was a tight one, not much happening in the first half until the very end.
Really good recognition here from Luke Hawkinson just to cause a little bit of chaos, and then it's a secondary action for Paredes. It's the right arm for Peñaranda that takes him out. It's a good call. And Jorge Hernandez steps up and makes no mistake about this pen. Hits it with enough power, precision to that bottom right corner, off to the corner to celebrate. And then it was all about this second half. Owen Dom doing a good job, and notice Barone not moving his feet, lunging it, and it's outside the 18-yard box. You see the arguments for San Antonio. No VAR here in USL Championship. So who's gonna step up? It's gonna be Taylor Calhera. No nonsense pen, the confidence that it takes to pull this off, to go with your laces and to go high. No keeper on earth is saving that. We share the points 1-1.
Yeah, that was a bit of a controversial one, and probably one that San Antonio will be unhappy about moving forward. So here are the updated Western Conference standings. Tulsa and San Antonio remain level, 17 points apiece, 2 back of El Paso in second, 4 back of first place New Mexico. Well, that'll do it for us here from Toyota Field in San Antonio in Game 1 of our CBS Sports doubleheader. Josh Eastern, Marion Crowder will have Phoenix and Las Vegas coming up at 10:30 Eastern. Love it when our players to watch each score. Jorge Hernandez, his 6th of the season for San Antonio. Taylor Calhera, his 6th of the season for FC Tulsa, leveled it at 1. For Ricky Lopez Espin and our entire crew, this is Josh Appel. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. And the miscue. San Antonio right here in stoppage time. It's all the way in front. Yes, yes.
Tag me in that pick.
Yes.
Oh, we're supposed to be on camera for this? You want me to put my stuff back on? Or but there's all right, yeah. That saves me.
Let's go do it from the other studio. We don't have the background.
But if we do it there.
Why don't
Hey, Brady's calling you, Eric. You need.
Talk to Eric. Eric. Yeah. Brady's calling you. My phone's downstairs. Well, okay, get on the stairs here. Eric's here.
Hey, Daddy.
There's no on camera.
Too late. Ricky took his clothes.
Yeah. I can train it. Yeah.
I like that.
It's like I hear you.
What's happening? No, on camera? No. Sure?
You want to do it shirtless?
You want me to do it shirtless? Nobody wants that.
I want it.
I have 600 texts.
Jesus, why?
Panthers. 7 group texts.
Insane.
Am I saying like we welcome you to San Antonio or?
Good. That's good. Can we send you that?
Yeah. Tag. Put it on Instagram. I'll repost it. Sorry. Just how do you want? Just all I want to know is how do I start this? USL on CBS. USL on CBS Sports from San Antonio tonight. From our 1-1 draw. Okay. Should I introduce Ricky and I? Okay, cool. Okay.
Do it.
USL on CBS Sports from San Antonio tonight. A 1-1 draw between. Oh, sorry. I got caught up. I almost said Phoenix. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. USL on. Well, I'll say my name instead. It's okay. That was a good.
Josh Easter, Devin Kerr here.
It's your fault, but it's fine. So from San Antonio, what did you say at the beginning again? I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get the. Okay, gotcha. San Antonio FC and FC Tulsa went at it tonight from Toyota Field in a Western Conference battle. Josh Appel, Ricky Lopez-Espin. Let's take a look at tonight's highlights. Ricky, not much going the first 45 minutes for either side. Sorry, I didn't. Okay, I got it now. I got what I'm going to say. I know what I'm going to say. Thank you. San Antonio FC and FC Tulsa in a Western Conference battle from Toyota Field in San Antonio tonight. Josh Appel, Ricky Lopez-Espin. Let's take a look at our highlights tonight and how things transpired. Ricky, not much happening in the first 45 minutes as San Antonio tries to earn its first win in the month of May and snap a 3-game losing streak to FC Tulsa. It was at the end of the first half. Hawkinson drew this foul. Paredes went down as well. Kick from the spot coming.
As a goalkeeper, you come off of your line, you get caught. Jorge Hernandez makes no mistake about this finish. Head down, just opens up his hips and finds